morning, Commander. Slava Postol. Just stand for the That's the RDP house. RDP, the full house.
South Africans, look, this is a baby formula. Baby formula is expired April this year. This is a foreigner that is selling this. Look, this thing is expired, and you are putting the children's lives at risk by doing this. Look at this. They don't have their documents. No, it's not with you. You must be arrested. You must be arrested. You not.
Check the stuff without them.
Yes, then they must be arrested for not having their passport. It cannot be Narmanas. They must go to prison. No, the passport must be in your hand. And it must be in your hand. You must be arrested for not having it.
The rest of the other countries, I have no problem about this for as long as Nigeria is not part of this list.
My fellow Africans, I appreciate you for coming. My name is Lillian. To all of you, my returning viewers, I appreciate you for coming back. I do not know who will come across this video. In case you are not a South African, you see this video, I hope that this video will make sense for those that are saying they are taking laws into their hands. To me, they are not taking laws into their hands, because all I see here are people who want their laws to be reinforced in their country. This is all I see, and it can be frustrating when the authorities are not doing enough. Coming from a country where the law barely works, I totally can relate to the struggle of South Africans. And this is why when you see South Africans accompanying the police, it is not because they want to take laws into their hands. They want to be there. They just want to make sure that the authority do their job. That is all. You come, you see something, you want them to solve it. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with standing there and making sure that a policeman gets an offender arrested. When you know that if you turn your back, money will exchange hands. When I see people coming to remind them, is it not your government? Is it not your people that are corrupt? And South Africans are saying, yes, we know. And that is why we want our fellow Africans to go back home first, because we want to face our government. We want to make sure that everything is done the right way, so that when you come back, you will enjoy your stay in our country. This is all. Anyway, let us get into some of the videos I have here today.
Somalia liya-renda apha guys, liya-renda iSomalia. Sithengisa izinto ezi-expired guys. Nijongani ezi-biscuits. Jongani guys, jongani. Into ka-2026 iphela ngo-2026, then uthi ziyafika ngoku. Umuntu uthengisela abantu ukutya okubolileyo. What must we do? Why are you selling this to people? Why are you selling? Look, the best before. Look at this. Why are you selling people old food? South Africans, look. This is a RDP house. It's not meant to sell, to make business. Please, Ramaphosa, sort out this and your Department of Human Settlement. This is our taxes. We cannot afford. This is a Pakistan renting RDP with our taxes in South Africa. This is it's a Stanford. Please, we want to intervene to this matter. Please, the Stanford municipality must intervene. How does a RDP house be turned to a residential area? You can see this Pakistan. I'm here myself. Yes, the date is the what is the date today? 18 July 2026. I am recording this live. This is against the law of South Africa. This person, the owner of this house, must hand over this house to someone else who needs this house desperately, because this is our taxes. We will not allow. They are selling expired food. Just check now the noodles. Can't get noodles because they are self-made in making Landus noodles. We will not allow it in our country. They must go to Pakistan and do this nonsense, not here. They must go to Pakistan. This is a residential area. You cannot do business here. You cannot do business. Human Settlement must intervene in this shit. They must intervene. They are selling old, expired food for our kids. Look at this. Look at this. It's meant by a shelving for more than 6 months in. We're gonna report this to the authorities. A house is not meant to be. And this biscuit that they keep on selling with no expiry date. Look, there's no expiry date in this biscuit, and our kids are dying. General Mkhona's just now. They are dying of this shit. This is the address. This is a house that they are selling. They are using for a shop. This is a residential area, but they are selling. They are selling. They are doing business here. They are not supposed to do this. You are on record. They don't have their documents. No, it's not with you. You must be arrested. You must be arrested. You not.
Check the stuff without them.
Yes, then they must be arrested for not having their passport. It cannot be Narmanas. They must go to prison.
my car, not far from here. The police can arrest
you. You cannot go to France without having your passport in your pocket. That's not an excuse.
You can't say that. As a law enforcer, you can't tell me that this guy, he has the right
It's in Harmanas.
go up and down
No.
and get a passport.
Can we just do what we need?
I'll give you the
Yes.
transparency.
Can we
We are
just-
expecting an arrest for this.
Yeah,
What we need to do?
I'm standing outside.
They must be arrested. This is on record. The RDP house, the RDP house, the underwears zilapha. Iforeigner, the renta i-RDP house eSouth Africa. Nanku, Jongan, guys. Look at this. Look at this. How dirty is South Africa? Look at this. RDP house. RDP house. Abanasindi, abantu base South Africa. Call your boss. Hey, yes, sis.
Go get 3 seconds.
South Africans, look, this is a baby formula. Baby formula is expired April this year. This is a foreigner that is selling this. Look, this thing is expired, and you are putting the children's lives at risk by doing this. Look at this. The public protector just found out yesterday that they are selling expired. Close the shop. Close this shop. Close this shop. Close this shop. Close the shop. Close this shop. Guys, this is a Somalian guy renting an RDP, our taxes. Look at this Somalia. He's selling food in South Africa. This is a government house. He doesn't even know what is RDP. The RDP house, guys. Look at this. Look, this is a RDP house, but he's selling for this meat. Look at this meat that these Somalians are selling. Just now, just look at this meat. What is the name of this meat? Look at this, guys. Look at this.
Lapha postcode. Confronting. That's the RDP house. RDP, the full house. Amaforeigner athengisa ukudla okuphelelweyo. Into eyenzekayo, abantwana bethu aseriskini enkulu entobana ngoku abanokwazi ukulanto. Abantwana bethu bakwiriski apho khona kuzaba angatya okukutya babesengxakini. Into eyenzekayo leliyazi sibabiza amapolisa aseStanford alapha amapolisa aseStanford. Ngemba amapolisa lapha amaforeigner lapha omabini akanapassport. Lihleli senyuka without
Valid papers.
But ishothukile into bana kuthiwe apha elinye iforeigner line passport bal-checker each and every week.
So a friend of mine asked my opinion about this thing about this thing of countries who visit South Africa without a visa-free countries to access South Africa. He wanted to know what's my opinion, and my honest opinion. First of all, I don't understand why people from Lesotho and Swaziland would need a visa to come to South Africa. What I'm trying to say is, for as long as you have a passport from Lesotho and a passport from Swaziland, you're supposed to come, and anytime you want to access South Africa, you should do that. You can only need a visa if you want to work or you want to do a business, like a work visa or a work permit when you want to work. That's my opinion about that one. About people from Lesotho and Swaziland. And the rest of the other countries, I have no problem about this for as long as Nigeria is not part of this list. I'm okay with it. I was hoping Ghana would be part of it, but it looks like Ghana is not part of it. I have no problem with Ghanaians, personally. Yeah, I welcome, for as long as Nigeria is not part of the list, I welcome. Thank you.
No matter how lonely it feels as a South African right now, do not stop doing what is right for your country, what is best for the future of your country. You know where you are right now as a South African. If you don't get it right, Africans, your fellow black, are going to make life miserable for you. So it is best to get things done right so that you can fix your country and continue to stay there. Let them be the one to continue coming, and you being the one to continue welcoming them like you have always done, because they will not be able to accommodate you for a week. People are going to remind you, people are going to make life difficult for you if you fail. So whatever it takes to get your country back, do not hesitate to do it. What you're doing now might not make sense and would never make sense to some people because they don't understand why you are not selling on the streets. They don't understand why you obey the laws in your country, because people come from countries that do not respect their laws. So how do you expect such people to obey laws in your country? They won't. So you know what you're looking for, get it done. And before you start feeling bad that you are being judged by people, you have to take a look at their country. Before you go listening to people giving advice, leave it for the government. You should have heard them for the government. You should have done this. Before you take any advice, remember to take a look at their countries. Do you like it? Is it good? Are they good? Then you will now say, okay, oh wow, okay, this country is good. Let me take advice from them. Because it is easy for people to give advice even when their own lives are nothing to write home about. Yuck. This is just like someone that wrote a book on how to make millions in a week, make millions while sleeping. And this person do not have anywhere to stay. This person is a squatter. This person is jobless. This person never made money before. Are you going to buy the book? Me, I will not buy. I'll just take a look at a successful person's life. Even when that person is not giving me advice, I'll take a look at their lives and see if there's anything I can learn from the person than listen to somebody whose life is nothing to write home about, teaching me how to do things. For example, a Nigerian is telling a South African how to do things, like as how. No, as how? Nah, as how. It's not making sense. It's not. For me, before you come advising me, you must give me an example why I should listen to you. If you got nothing to offer me, then bro, please go back and fix your own country. So South Africans, you are on point, okay? Those who do not understand will never. And for those giving you prophecies, those blackmailing your emotions, telling you your economy will run down, something will happen. If your leaders are doing the right thing, you South Africans are doing the right thing, yes, something will happen. Something will happen, but it will be something positive. Your economy will thrive. And the same people will come back begging to be there. The annoying thing is when they are coming into South Africa, they are doing so quietly, hiddenly. They won't let us know. When they finish enjoying South Africa for 15 years, 20, 25, 30, licking finger, enjoying the benefits of living there, while we continue here in our countries here, suffering and managing and enduring and unable to speak out. When you tell them to come, to leave, come and join us, that's when they'll come out and start crying. Help us, South Africans are xenophobic. South African, he hate it also, he hate the black people, he want the black people to go. When you were enjoying, was I there? No, I wasn't there. It's only when you ask them to go, that's when they get us involved. I beg, no involve me, no involve me, because when you were enjoying free education in South Africa, not just free, but access to quality education for your children, you did not involve me. Quality and accessible health care in South Africa, you did not involve me. You were collecting monthly grants, you did not involve me. You were making money, you did not involve me. Now they are saying that you should come back and join me here. Let us suffer together. You say you don't want to come, but you want to drag me to come hate on them. No, bro. South Africans, I cannot hate on you, okay? Because these brothers and sisters, when they were enjoying, they did not involve me. So why are they involving me now? They want me to come and hate on you? No, I cannot. I almost forgot to talk about this. Did you see this video? Yeah, this one on the screen here. You heard what that guy said? He talked about Ghana being part of the visa-free for South Africa and him not minding at all. He said as long as Nigeria is not visa-free to South Africa, he is okay. Any and every other country can come, but Nigeria, he cannot take it. Not be small thing. And on TikTok today, I saw a video of Jacinta naming African countries whose citizens she has no issues with. As for Eswatini, Lesotho, Namibia, she said those are their cousins. And here in the Western and Central Africa, she mentioned Cameroon, Ghana, and she excluded Nigeria. I think she does not want to have anything to do with Nigerians. If you know how difficult it is, nobody knows how difficult it is to be a Nigerian. I feel sad. I don't feel angry. Whenever I see these videos, I feel sad, okay? I feel sad that our people have broken people's heart so bad that even me that cannot hurt a fly, people are not willing to have anything to do with me. It is so painful to be a Nigerian. As a matter of fact, do you know the worst set of Nigerians for me right now is not even the ones committing these crimes outside Nigeria. It's the ones defending. The ones breaking my spirit are the ones defending this criminal behavior. They are the ones breaking my spirit. And guess what? In Nigeria, they cannot tolerate it. They cannot. And I realized that the people defending Nigerians the most are the Yoruba people. The same thing they are defending back home in our country, they cannot tolerate it. The same people they are defending, the same behavior they are coming to defend. They want this set of Nigerians out of their space. But if it happens outside Nigeria, the first set of people to defend are the Yorubas. Hypocrisy, they cry. This set of Nigeria in Nigeria, they knows that the people you are complaining about sells low quality goods, sells fake medication, expired products, drinks that are supposed to be done in a company like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and the rest. In my country, there are Nigerians that manufacture these products in their houses, in their bedrooms, in their bathrooms, and then sell it to we Nigerians. We buy and drink. We complain, we lament, we wish they are not a part of us. Now, when these Nigerians goes outside to do the same thing and Africans complains about that behavior, the people that defends them the most are the ones that complains about this behavior the most. Hypocrisy, they cry. They want to destroy my life, but they cannot. The other day I had a conversation with somebody and I said to the person, what do you think about my stand against the bad behavior of my fellow Nigerians outside Nigeria? The person said, no, you are supposed to support Nigerians because you are a Nigerian. Since that day, the person had been writing me and I'm not writing back. I'm not writing back because I'm not safe in your hands. Yeah, I'm not. Things that they cannot take in our country, they want South Africans to take. Before I get too emotional, let me call it a day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.